Good morning. Welcome to another Mindful Monday. I thought today what we would talk about is the ability to be coached. Are you good at being coached? For most of my life, I can say that I've had coaches in the athletic world, in the academic world, and as well as professional world. Um, I've had some amazing coaches that have helped me reach my goals and get me to the success I wanted to achieve. And I've also had some coaches that I wasn't too fond of, and I didn't feel they were the greatest coaches. That being said, I have learned something from every coach I've ever had. And sometimes those lessons that I had to take on didn't hit until years later. But my ability to be coached is what has helped me gain and achieve what I've wanted to achieve. So when I ask that question, are you good at being coached? That question expands into, are you good at taking feedback? Are you good at being able to apply the things that you're not that good at and take them from someone else and start to apply different strategies in making yourself better? During this time when we have so much time spent in reflection and thinking of how we're doing things or how we weren't doing things or what we want to achieve, this is a great time to renew that sense of being able to be coached. And so the three things that I would say that you have to look at during this week, or I'd want you to look at during this week, is, you know, first, your humility. Can you be humble? Can you take advice or critique from someone else and accept that maybe this is an area you need a little bit of work on, that you're not the expert in yet? It doesn't mean you won't get to that point where you don't need to take any more criticism or feedback, but being able to accept it right now, I actually do need some of this. Number two is check the ego, reducing the defensiveness that you have, right? Whenever someone tells us something that we might feel we're pretty confident at or good at, but they tell us that there's something to work on, it can hurt the ego. Just like we've talked about before, is it's just the ego. It's what we've created, the image that we've created of ourselves. If we can let go of that for a small amount of time and say, okay, this is what I need work on, and they are telling me this information because they want me to succeed. It's not to hurt me. It's not to try to tear me down. A good coach is never trying to tear you down. They're trying to lift you up, build you up, give you that strength and confidence that you need to move on to the next part of your journey. If you can get to that place, the information can come in a little bit more smoothly. The third part is look at your growing edge. Remember, the growing edge is just an area where we're not that good at. It's an area where our expertise kind of just gets to and it ends right there. So that's the area we just need to cultivate a little bit more. Who better to help us cultivate that than a coach that's on the outside of our own perspective? Because again, they're there to help. They want to see growth. A true coach wants to see growth in their student, in their athlete, in the person that they're trying to help build. So if we can have that trust, which is vital to just about every relationship that we have, trust and being open to the feedback, we start to be better at being coached. And as we become better at being coached, we start to grow into who and what we want to become. So this week, try to take a look at how do you do when it comes to coaching? Can you take that feedback or critique from your boss, your supervisor, your actual coach that you might really have, um, and just notice what comes in and how does it sit with you? And can you take that and use it to create stronger abilities to get further into where you're trying to go? So try that out this week. And remember, breathe deeply, live fully. Have a great week.